just because it's animated. Remember, guys, just because it's animated doesn't mean it's not real.
Honorable mentions.
We'll get to that.
You know what? 10 on yours?
Hey, look.
But that's actually reasonable.
I love Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah, oh my god,
Dude,
dude.
that's crazy. What's
Raimundo was my favorite character.
the Raimundo one?
It's Mucho Lucha.
It's
right here. It's right here. No, oh my god. Wait. I want Kenny to like switch the camera right now, real quick to him because it is all gonna be on. No. I want to see that face.
No, like turn it more.
Turn it more.
You can't just be the corner. You gotta be. All right, good to see everybody. I've been here in the shadows the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah, chilling.
All right, so you wanna explain your list you got here, buddy?
Definitely. All right, so my list is definitely not gonna have anything near BoJack.
You gonna look at it?
Like those kind of levels. You know, I feel like it's still good, but definitely not as deep. I think probably the deepest one for my list is probably gonna be Static Shock, just because of like the stuff we talked about. But for the most part, it's pretty simple. Danny Phantom, everybody loves Danny Phantom. Super easy, good life stories. You know,
fun.
What do you like most about Danny Phantom?
dude. When I was a kid, dude, I just wanted a ghost power.
Yeah.
I just wanted to turn into ghost, bro.
Did you want to go ghost?
I did want to go ghost. I'm going ghost. You know, I'd be in my room by myself, and I'd be like, damn.
My boy be in his room wishing like, man, I need Sam in my life.
But yeah, but I mean, it was good comedy. It had some good life lessons. Obviously, they had like the little love triangle towards the end of it that I didn't really understand as a kid. But now that I'm older, you kind of get it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Invader Zim, super funny. I feel like that's like a good precursor to like modern comedy.
There was really nothing significant.
Yeah, I didn't have any like good.
And that's fine. That's fine.
What was your favorite moment from Invader Zim?
Anytime that girl would turn red. I don't know what it was, dude, but that shit always like killed me as a kid, dude. Anytime like his eyes would turn like red and he would get mad, I'm like, dude, like, yeah, that's my shit.
I think one of the funniest ones that like off the top of my head was from Invader Zim. Invader Zim was when he would be deaf. Like you could tell this man not fucking hear.
Yeah.
What?
You're like, what?
They're like, what did you what?
Yeah.
What did you what? Oh, my mom would be pissed.
No, yeah, that was super funny. But I mean, I feel
That
like
was loud.
I feel like it was a lot of just like more modern-ish comedy that now that I'm older, I appreciate a lot more, and now I feel like it helps shape my humor, good or bad. Kim Possible, really good. You know, they had those episodes. Kim's a baddie, of course. Did you see? She goes a baddie.
Did you see the picture? Take a look
I
at
did.
the
I
picture.
know. Fucking face swap. But still, it's a really good show. I love the movie. I've always wanted a nacho taco, whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah.
The nacho. I've always wanted a nacho. Still to
The
this
nacho,
day.
right? That's what they call
nacho.
nacho.
Yeah.
Yo, when Kim was in that prom dress,
Yeah.
bro, a black dress, she had that swoop. I was like, yo, I have it. This is my sexual awakening.
I
I
know.
know.
She goes anything.
You know what though?
Honestly, growing up, there was a bunch of baddies. Like that one eight. That what?
That's where she goes.
That was classic.
Funny.
That Asian girl that was into like Ron for like a good amount of time.
Yes.
She is.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like that helped shape my.
I need to call her.
But still, I mean, really good show. I mean, it was just kind of fun to watch. Shout out Ron, bagging the baddest bitch on there. But still, Mucha Lucha. Obviously, I'm Hispanic, so a lot of like, you know,
That theme song was a fucking rock. Okay, careful before you get the NCA.
What was it? It was pinball. What was this thing?
Yeah, the fleas. Or no, actually,
I think
that was.
no.
They all had their own.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the main character. It was like
He turned into a pinball and he was just like bounce around.
a bowling ball.
Do you guys remember
Oh,
when
that
that?
was a pinball.
Do you guys remember that one fucking like pea wrestler? Like
The pea.
and they would always like get the worst.
Snoopy.
Yes, you get all the smoke for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
They blew him. Oh my god! He was like,
You didn't even say fucking actual sentences. He was crying so much.
He said one fucking word, his own name. He said Snoopy, and he would just get fucking wrecked.
So he was like the second best to Metapod.
Yeah. So no, yeah, that's
He was as useful as Metapod too.
yeah, but I think growing up, you know, you would like see the
Because they
nutrients
look-
and you're just like, oh, that's
the same shit.
Chalk Zone, kind of like a
Chalk Zone.
Chalk Zone was fire, you know? Yeah, it was
Solid.
really, really good. I feel like it really like it's nostalgic, and I feel like growing up when I would like see it, because he would just draw stuff to fix whatever the problem was. But it helped my creativity.
Pick that one.
Alex is the baddest bitch from Totally Spies. Totally Spies was my shit growing up. I used to love that shit. I'm not gonna lie. When I was growing up, I felt
It was the
Yeah, let's go.
I was like, and I remember one time my dad was like, "Oh, that's a girl show," and I was like, "Yeah, dude, fuck that." And then I was like,
What was the movie?
You're like, what are you, gay?
No, this is
Charlie's Angels. This is
And who was the baddest in Charlie's Angels?
the Mexican.
Exactly.
Waking my fucking
But
love
I
for
remember
Mexicans.
for this show, I used to watch it kind of low key with my dad.
Oh,
I
no.
remember one time I was
Same.
like,
Same.
yeah.
Bro, that shit. No, yeah, me and
Yeah.
Julio mentioned it. Julio mentioned it last night. Like we watched that shit.
For me, my favorite thing was just like whenever they get a mission, and then the butler would show like all the tools. And
Yeah.
Like this bald guy.
Yeah, like
Why
this.
does every butler look the same though? The every fucking
Alfred.
Batman.
Alfred.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bald, white, tall, tux.
Oh yeah, but he'd be like, "Oh yeah, like these are the tools that you're gonna use for this mission," and then it's like a bunch
And it was all
of
very
shit.
specific. It was different
Yeah.
every episode. It was
Yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
You just like pan like even like farther. There's like a condom. Like
They got honey pot. Honey pot. Oh, also, I say that because I'm referencing to this new show that just came out on Netflix, Food Bar, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What'd you
Fire.
call me?
Arnold. Fire. Yeah, it's a-
What?
It's okay. So Food Bar is an acronym for fucked up beyond all recognition. And
Jesus.
it's an old acronym
Same.
because my dad was like, oh, that actually stands for this and that, right? He's like, what? How do you know? I'm fucking old. But like, no. So we were watching the series. Episodes are an hour long, and it's about how like Arnold was part of the CIA, and he finds out that his own daughter is part of the CIA, and they start working missions together. And it's like,
It's crazy.
yeah, it's
You're
crazy.
gonna watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it, but it's really good. And like, we're at the part where it's like honey pot is like a thing in like the CIA. Like it's like a specific task that like you have to do, and it goes both ways. You probably have an idea of like where this is going. But anyways, yeah, just watch it. It's really good. Netflix. So only because you mentioned the counterpart. Yes.
Yeah, but Totally Spies, super
But, like,
good,
It's really good.
super fun. It shaped the type of women that I love now. As you can see, thank you, RJ.
Black hair, brunettes.
Yeah, facts. Dark skin.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I
she
picked that
was
one.
the dark one.
Yeah, she was the darkest one.
What were the other two names? I don't remember.
Oh, Chloe and there's something with an A.
I just remember Alex, bro.
No, it was Alex, Chloe, and then the redhead with the long hair.
No, they don't. They don't matter. They don't matter.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk about Static Shock last because I think
Static Shock,
that
I'm
one's super
surprised.
good.
Oh, fucking Virgil.
Odds. All right, Teen Titans. Obviously,
We already talked about
Teen
it.
Titans, so we
Yeah.
don't have to
Oh,
know more
okay.
about it.
Wait. Who was your favorite?
My favorite character is Beast Boy.
Beast Boy.
For sure, yeah,
Beast Boy.
Did you go for
What
me?
was your favorite storyline?
The tarot one. I mean, like as a kid, like I got it, you know, like oh, like the girl that you like is being a bitch. But now as an adult, I'm just like, damn, okay. I get it more. I get it more, but in an adult sense.
Beast Boy gave her like the self of doubt, and she's like, he had to learn the hard way.
Now, facts.
Beast Boy deserved better.
And he
Yeah.
did. He did. He learned the hard way, but that's because he loved her so much.
And then
Just kidding.
Ryan, get out of the corner. And then yeah, I mean, I got Ben 10. Ben 10's really good. Obviously, amazing.
Wait. Ben 10. Favorite alien form? Which one?
If we're talking about the original one, for me, it's Heat Fire.
You fire?
Or Heat Blast.
Heat Blast.
Yeah, Heat Blast.
Fake fan.
Yeah. But I mean, obviously, he had like I think another series where he was like really.
I mean,
Alien
like as
Force,
a
Alien Force,
yeah, but like
that
as
was
the
really
series went on,
I like
different animations, like he had a lot of the same.
Alien X.
Alien X was super cool. But for me, I think overall, probably Spawnfire. Swampfire was the one that.
What was it? What was the speed one?
Accelerate.
Accelerate was my favorite.
Yeah.
That was my favorite.
Accelerate was
Accelerate
crazy.
Yeah.
Which Ben 10 was it? Was it when they were kids or when
For
they
me,
were
I picked the
younger?
original.
That's like the original series.
For me, I picked the original one.
The
Yeah.
original was good.
But my favorite alien is from the one where
Don't
we're
mind
teenagers.
don't mind the picture I picked from Omniverse.
Oh,
Is he getting kicked in the head?
he's getting beat up or
Just
something.
donkey kick?
Yeah.
But as much as that art style gets hate, I honestly didn't mind it.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as the reboot they
I
have now.
don't think I didn't watch it. I don't think I watched them.
That one was wild. There was like a storyline for Ben 10 Omniverse where
I mean,
he lost it, like he lost an alien and it kind of traumatized him. He lost it because one of his newer villains like ate his DNA or some shit like that.
And which alien was it?
Oh, it's something they introduced in this show.
So
But he's kind of
It wasn't even an OG one. It was just like a new one. He just like got.
yeah.
That's dumb. If they had stolen one of his OG aliens, that would
Imagine if it was like Key Blast or something.
exactly accelerate.
Ben 10,000 though.
Ben 10,000 is the fucking GOAT.
Yeah. That's supposed to be like him when he's like an adult and he like
Yeah.
knows everything.
But they had like 3 different versions of him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that in Omniverse, they actually go a little bit into Ben 10,000 when he's a little bit older, like towards the end.
It's kind of like a Spider-Man thing. Like kind of like isn't it like multiple like no?
Oh, there have been episodes
Yeah, that's
where it was
what I'm
like there was like multiple Bens.
Yeah.
But towards the end of Omniverse, it was just like, oh, we're in the future now.
Oh, okay. So
that-
that's like where like
I just remember like in the Omniverse one where the way that he would collect the DNA is like they would like have to hit his watch or something, or he would just have to collect DNA from it.
No, yeah,
And
that's always
that's
been
how
and
he
then he
attains
would
their
gain
form.
the
Yeah,
power
yeah.
to be able to turn into them.
yeah.
So
And then either that or he, like the Omnitrix was just like, oh yeah, you get a new power.
did you watch Ultimate Alien?
I think I watched some of it, but I just remember that fucking Kevin, he turns normal,
Kevin
and then
was dumb. I
whenever he
love
touches something, he can take as long as like a metal, I think. He
Or
can
any,
take,
any
Yeah,
material.
any material, right? Yeah. He can
takes
get
that-
like
he
the
takes-
properties of it, and he turns it into his body or whatever. Yeah.
I just love the moments.
And then Gwen is a witch.
When,
No,
no, she is though.
Yeah, right.
Not
She looks
really
like
alone,
Spanish,
she's
right?
she's actually an alien.
alien.
She's an
But-
alien.
Alien witch.
No.
All right, never
She's
mind.
just
I
an
don't know.
alien.
Never mind. I don't know. I take that off from my list. I don't know.
But when I was 10 and she was Lucky Cat, I was like, that kind of bad. I was 10. I was 10.
Well, their uncle's name was Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, yes.
Did you want to go into Static Shock?
Yeah, for me,
Yes,
Static
please,
Shock
please.
definitely
He
was
said,
like
please.
one of the best
Oh, yeah.
ones. That was it was on the same one that did Yu-Gi-Oh. I
It
forgot
was in
which
the
one.
same time frame.
It was
The
like
same-
CNW, CNNW.
Four
It
kids.
was 4 kids.
It was like
Four
four
kids.
kids, but it was like the actual network was like CW or something.
CW, I think that was channel 12.
Channel
For me, it was
12.
44. For me, it was channel 44.
Did you have DirecTV?
I didn't have shit. No, I had.
I had AT&T, so
I think I had Dish.
I had Comcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had
yeah.
Comcast as well.
No, for me, it was 44. But yeah, I mean, Static Shock. That was like the first one that introduced me into like the
Static Shock.
superhero stuff. You know?
yeah.
And it was like even cooler when I realized like, oh, he's part of like the DC.
So I remember one of the crazier episodes was not even like a superhero based like dilemma. It was like in Static Shock. One of the episodes I remember was when someone took a fucking gun to their high school and started shooting up
Oh,
the
yeah.
place.
That's when it got a little more serious.
That's when it got fucking
Wait, you're
real.
talking about Static Shock?
Yeah.
Static
Yeah.
Shock.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, that sounds like a Static Shock.
Nah, yes.
Nah, yeah,
Static
it
was
was very like,
only his friend was there, but Static was
yeah.
No, for me, I think the episode that I remember the most is when like Static goes to his friend's house.
Oh, yeah.
And his dad is like, get this motherfucker beep out of here, and then like
There's a bleep in the actual.
no.
He was just like, get this, you know, colored
Like-
person.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a racist shit.
it was literally all
get
about
this
racism.
labor out of
Oh,
here.
it was bad. That was a bad episode.
Yeah, and then like Static
That was
hears him, and then like, all right, so Virgil's like, no, like you can't come to my house, you know, like he was basically like
Just
trying
warning
to
him,
make,
warning him.
yeah, essentially. And then Static was like, nah, like come on, like you're always at my house, like we're always chilling at my place.
Virgil.
My thing. Yeah. And then he's like, all right, whatever. And then his dad was like, oh, you know how they are, like, and you're just like, damn, and even as a kid,
Yeah,
you're
because
just
this was like
damn.
90s, like early 2000s series.
Yeah,
no,
So
that was
basically
one
how,
of the
like,
bigger
during that time.
episodes. To be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
That was
and then
actually-
It's an old series.
yeah, and then like Virgil here or not Virgil, but Static hears that and he's just like,
Wait, well, okay, when he pulled up, was he Static or was he Virgil?
no, he was Virgil.
He was Virgil. Okay,
So,
yeah,
so it was his best friend's house.
Yeah, no, his best friend was white.
Yeah,
Yes.
his dad was racist.
Yeah.
He was just like the dad didn't know Virgil heard, and Virgil's walked home, right?
He ended up just walking
yeah,
out.
like afterwards, yeah, he heard him and he was like, oh, like I gotta go, like I could get out of here.
Yeah, because like you don't want to be a part.
Yeah, and then like the mom was like, why would you say that? And the dad was like, he didn't give a fuck, And then his friend was just like, oh, come back, and I was like, nah, like I gotta go home, type shit. And yeah, like I remember even as a kid, I was just like, what the fuck, like that's kind of crazy, like what you like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Like-
you
Like as a kid, you won't understand.
you
like,
don't
why
get
is
it.
an
Like,
issue
yeah,
until you get
exactly.
older.
Yeah. You don't get it until like you're older, and then you finally fucking get it.
Yeah.
But then I do remember that episode, and it's like one of the first like cartoons where I saw them like do something like that. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
oh, like,
yeah.
where they put race as like an
Your
issue.
first introduction, or like, what's the word?
Racism?
No, exposure. Yes.
Exposure, yeah.
Exposure.
So like with like all these kind of like issues like mental health and racial issues and all kinds of like social issues in cartoons, how do you think that affects it as like how people see cartoons as kind of like a kiddish kind of deal? How do you think like that plays into like how kids perceive these kind of issues?
Man, that's actually hard because when I was a kid, I didn't notice any of this.
But do you think it's important for people
Well, that's
people to like instill that?
I
That's the
think
thing.
I think the
Yeah,
best way
100%.
the best way to look at it is like maybe as an adult you look at it and like, wow, that's kind of heavy handed, like
Yeah.
oh, like they're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
But when I look back at it now, I didn't get it then, but now that I'm older, like I'm sitting here, this is a core memory essentially. This is something that I'm
I
like,
did stay with you.
yeah, it's something that stayed with me.
And
So
now
I-
that you understand.
and yeah, even though I didn't get it back then, now I do.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important for shows like Bluey and Teen Titans and Adventure Time to like talk about all these problems, because even though the kids won't get it at that time, once they're older, they can call back to something that they relate to and something that they like, and that they can call back and just go, oh, you know what? Whatever problem they're talking about,
They'll come across something in their life present and then be like, oh, that's why that makes sense back
exactly,
then.
yes,
It's a recall. It's a recall.
So I think it's
Yeah.
still really
Puts the
important for
pieces
them
together.
to know.
Facts.
Oh, yeah. And with the whole rise of like kind of cartoons like that, like more modern cartoons like Steven Universe, Bluey, and like Adventure Time, the whole like idea of mental issues coming up as like a subject for cartoons. Do you think you guys wish it was more of a thing growing up?
Oh yeah. For sure.
Well, I mean, it was a thing growing up because we just didn't get it then. Like it started with us.
Yeah, but I feel like with cartoons, like the more modern ones, especially ones that are coming out today, it's a lot more prevalent.
Yeah.
But they're like, there's a lot more focus. Like with
Wait, what? One more time?
I was like, give me a definition.
I'm sorry, what?
Stop using it as
Why are you guys letting me talk? I've had like 5 shots.
Take another one. You're the host.
Cheers.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. For those who are. Okay, you guys. Alright, yeah, that works.
Yes.
Any closing notes you want to say before we move on to the next slide?
Here's who's next.
Anything you want to reflect upon with what?
All right,
cartoons
so-
you think?
Just to close it out, I just want everybody to know that this is
Kenny sexy as fuck.
number one. Number
This is
Number
brown
one.
skin.
All right, and then just
Yeah, okay.
I just want people to know that this is. Are you done, Arjun? Oh wait. Yeah, what I just want to say about the cartoons that I picked, that this is these all in some way, shape, or form talk about serious subjects for the most part, and this is just objectively the best list on here. So that's it. So,
Okay.
I actually do have a.
Yeah.
We got competition here, and I didn't know there was one.
I'm gonna have a question for all of you by the end of all this. So, huh?
Who's next?
All right. So next is my boy, my lover, my sexy man himself standing next to me. Alejandro.
All right.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Still on?
We're not cool anymore.
We fumbled it.
Wait. Who's in the chat right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Can you read that?
Somebody, Banana Boy. Wait, can I say the whole name? Banana Boy 21110 said wiener with the thumbs up.
When was this? I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you, Banana Boy.
Alright. Yes. Back to the shadows. The shadow realm. In peace now.
You're in peace? Were you nervous?
I can go whatever I say now.
I love how I love the choices. I love your choices. Top picks. But, hey, you disrespected my boy Johnny Bravo though. What the fuck? Disrespected. And he's taking milk, right? That's milk.
Yeah, we'll say that.
It's okay. Well, so half of these are just like for shits and giggles. Like I just like grew up watching them, and they're like really like close to home. Like I remember a lot of like the Rugrats, especially the movie.
Oh,
The orange state. Yeah, dude, in the soundtrack. Fuck, dude.
What was
My favorite.
was a moment you remember most from Rugrats?
Dude, I remember when Angelica had her whole scene with like the sumo wrestlers, and like she no, yeah, they had a whole like scene where they're like just dancing and singing, and then Reptar is iconic, right, to the whole series and film. Dinosaurs. Let's go.
He just loves dinosaurs.
Oh my god, dude! What always stuck with me was a scene when they were flying out, and it's fucking Chucky and his mom. Dude, oh my god,
I do
dude,
remember.
I cried every
Dude.
time I'm on a plane. That's the first thing that
Yo.
comes to my mind.
What made me cry even more was like during the whole like kid and parent dance, and then his dad started dancing with
His
him.
mom died, dude. Fuck. Oh my god, it's just like I'm just so grateful. It just like reminds you to like be grateful what you have to have a mother, because like not everyone has that. And some people may do, but like not like that. And it's like if you just know that you're blessed and you're lucky, and just always respect your mother. Respect your mom.
In the movie where Tommy had to kill his brother almost.
His brother was crying way too much.
Yeah.
It's just like he's about to do it.
And he's about to kill his baby brother.
Yeah.
Shut up!
Be quiet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. Fucking, you're right. That did
Yeah,
happen.
that was one of the
Oh my
most
God.
memorable ones for me.
I'm not gonna lie. Probably should have done it.
Did you watch All Grown Up?
I was about to say that.
It was fun. It was a fun watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
It's kind of fun seeing them all grown up, you know. Wink, wink. No, it was like
Hey.
I actually really need to go to the bathroom real quick. No, but also not like that. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that.
Get your ass out of here.
Don't worry, folks. He's taken care of.
We'll be back in 5.
Chris Hansen just fucking walked in and shit.
So, what do you mean by that? Oh, we're still going because this wasn't paused.
Oh shit.
So,
Alright, guys. So
I'm reading the host now.
party foul.
That's a shot. No, that was actually empty. It was just this.
No.
Yeah, dude. ¿Cómo que no?
Hey!
That's not,
Does that sound empty to you guys?
Let me see that. That's just like a drop.
I don't
If
make
it's
the rules.
crushed, it's empty.
I don't make the
Because
rules.
I crushed that. JK. Should we continue? Should we pause? Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Alright. But yeah, that was Rugrats for me. It's definitely iconic, memorable, core memory of mine. It was actually a favorite of me and my brothers. It's like, oh yeah, because like This came out before, like in the 90s. This was a 90s show, right? And like we were just like past the toddler stage, like we were just kids, like 6, 5, 7, right? This just kind of like we look back on it, and it's just like wow. At the time, we remembered what it was like to be just like newborn, diapers.
Early memories.
Yeah, early memories, dude. So it's like, man, even then, weird. Like, imagine a child at that age being nostalgic.
Like the most, like, yeah.
Like, it just goes to show that everybody at anybody at any age can experience nostalgia. You know, melancholy, to be exact, because it's just like, oh man, the good old days when we didn't have no responsibilities. Like when it was like to just like first experience everything and anything. You know, that was regrets from me and my brothers. I speak on behalf of my brothers for this because they'll tell you the same shit. Courage, we already touched on that. SpongeBob, most referenceable, most memeable, most iconic. Like you hear someone referencing SpongeBob and you know, I know exactly what you're talking about. You know, everybody.
Do you?
You're in this show now, man. Legend. I already touched my own bases on
just the base.
Chowder was just for fun. Chowder was just such a fun, innocent show to watch. It was funny.
It was
I
not
know,
innocent.
It was a good. That was good.
It was
fun
fun to watch.
It was a fun watch.
No, it's a fun watch. Innocent.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, I mean,
I just remember that one episode with like, what was the rival like master?
Mongol.
No,
No,
no, like
the rival.
the rival one, the big
Girl?
lady.
Big
Yeah,
Mongol.
Mongol.
Yeah, Mongol.
I thought it was like
Sorry.
Mongol was a girl. Person.
it was like start with an E or some shit. But did he like didn't like that like Mongol's rival just sexually harass fucking Schnitzel?
Oh yeah, 24/7.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It's like-
Schnitzel was just not all about it.
You know what's the one quote from that show that I say all the time, especially because I work at. I'll just go.
I'll beat your ass.
No,
Endive.
not that one. It's Endive.
Endive.
Yeah,
right.
And that's like an actual like.
They're all food.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
food.
yeah.
Oh, they're all
Panini,
I love paninis.
Chowder.
The sandwiches.
Cheddar.
Truffles.
Yeah. Oh, truffles.
You know-
Comedy gold.
And I'm like, weird, but you know when I went to Spain,
How-
gazpacho, gazpacho is a Spanish food, right? It's supposed to be like tomato soup down here, but cold. When I went to Spain, I was like, yeah, damn near. And I was like, where's this gazpacho? I was like, where's this gazpacho? And they're like, it's just that's not real. I'm like, that doesn't exist. Like, that's not a thing anymore. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, bring this
Dude,
shit
I
back.
was, exactly. I was like, y'all better make me that shit. Like, what's
My boy Katie was like, did I fucking
Yeah,
stop?
because I was like, nah, dude, you gotta fucking do something about it, cause
We won't have a problem.
that. And then going back to what I said, the one quote that I'll say at work all the time is like, "You're not in this episode." Whenever people like aren't working and they come to work, you know, like RJ sometimes, you know, he comes to
In some episodes, you don't see some of the characters, right?
like Jose. Like, I don't mean in a bad way. I go to work sometimes to eat and stuff like that, but I was just like,
I know you motherfucker.
exactly. But I was just like, you're not in this episode.
Last time I came, I was fucking like visiting you.
You're like, get the fuck out of my friend.
Now
Now
that's like the one quote that I said.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fire. Say that. Never stop.
Yeah, thank you.
That's actually really fire.
Non-hater.
Nah, dude, respect.
That's because he's not fucking like not getting towards to, you know, not directed towards.
Yeah.
You're not in this.
So that's all I have to say about Chowder. It's just like a really fun show for me. It was a fun watch. Nothing like significant about it because.
All right, so I just came back.
Well, I mean, you can
What
make
shows have
everything
you talked about?
significant. Like you can pull like every little shit and just like make a big deal out of it. But I feel like Chowder it wasn't. You know, it's just like it's a fun show for kids based off of food. You learn how to cook
It's really creative.
with non-existing. No, but like the backstory when of Mongol and Truffles.
That was
When
sweet.
Truffles was like an actual lady. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
When,
It just goes. To
are you
show-
saying she's trans? No,
We're getting political.
I wasn't saying trans. It's just like goes to show
Not,
that.
that whole goggle episode was so cute.
Yeah. It
One
was.
where he's like singing to her. And
Yeah,
shit.
like they're on like the river. Yeah, on the boat.
I would do that. I would do that to someone.
The
I would
French
wanna do that to
Riviera. The
someone.
French Riviera is what they're. You know.
Maybe not go to France.
No, but that was like the essence, like the inspiration.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say about Tyler. But Johnny Bravo, my man, with the introducing every child to
Riz.
It's like to have Riz. Not only to like having Riz, but like what it means to never give up. Because this man had the confidence like no other. And he was just like going after every girl that he saw. It was on sight. You know, just like no matter who, bro, this guy was saying L's after L's after L's, but that did not fuck up with his confidence. And he just kept going. Like, it just never waved him. Like, fuck it, you know, I'll take an L, move on to the next. That's dedication, and that's man.
Give you the best impression.
Oh, nah, I don't.
And just like, come on. He just gets it. He gets a call.
He's like, what's up, mom? How you doing?
There you go. You got it.
Gas. Like, whoa, mama. Never seen anything like it. And then like, nah, but like, you get the shit beat out of him by these women, but like domestic violence never got the best of him. You know what I'm saying? And then his own mom, he'll even mention her from time to time. It's like he was such a mama's boy, you know.
His mom got Riz. Where
do you think he got it from? Where do you think?
Not from her.
Did you ever see his dad in the show?
Did we?
Exactly.
Did we see his dad?
This was a single mama raised boy.
Really?
He'd be like that.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. His mom was just the female version of him. Because why do you think
But it worked.
the father wasn't around?
It
She was
worked.
always chasing, but he was.
I didn't watch it that much, but
And he had some dubs.
I just remember when
But
we
like
like
he just like, you know, that's like the epitome of like, life's too short. I'm gonna live it the way I can. And that was it. But I mean, ultimately it just goes to show like, just don't give up. Don't let shit get to you. Your confidence is everything. Just don't let nothing like fuck with that. Someone's gonna watch it.
I'm talking about.
You're gonna catch something. You're gonna catch something.
I'm talking about the Teen Titans one.
Oh, I'm still looking at Johnny Bravo, and he's still looking great.
He's looking amazing.
And that's a shape right there.
He's thick. Yeah, circle.
That's
what he had.
Hey, the more there is to you,
The merrier.
that's just more to
there is
love.
to love,
The more there is to love. Yes, sir. My man.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about Johnny Bravo. Moving on to Dragon Tales. Just another innocent, imaginative series. This was just purely based off imagination. You know, you had two siblings who just like, you know, did what they could with what they had and just had fun with it. You know, there's like a fucking box of chess, and like once they open it, it was a whole new world. It just goes to show, like, because I know people who've had nothing less than that. Shoe boxes is what you can kind of relate that to. There have been people who like just grew up with nothing and like had very small things and just like they built a whole world around it.
Shoeboxes are
Shoe boxes,
Shoeboxes.
sticks, stones. Yes. It just goes to show that you can make everything out of nothing. You know?
Oh, imagination.
For real.
Imagination. Yeah. Anyways, just
God,
I did
Jesus
love Dragon
Christ.
Tales, but Dragon
yeah,
Tales was fine.
and that's exactly what I took from it. Just like
I wish.
On the star.
keep going, keep going.
Something land very full.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Take
I
me
wish
away.
I
Take me
wish
away.
I might something tonight.
It was just the whole point of it was just to take you away.
I've been dragging my balls tonight.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. That's how it
but this was for like a very big population of those who are very unfortunate, you know, and that's kind of like a nice reminder to like just be lucky with what you have and with what you don't, just make the best of it.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I have to say about Dragon Tales. Avatar, just a great series overall. You know, just like you see great character development in all the characters in the show, and it's just like what we talked about earlier. Just like it's a prime example of like the fine line from a cartoon turning into an anime. You know,
Favorite character?
favorite character. Yeah, dude, like Zuko. Okay,
Zuko.
that's one.
Overall,
That's
you know, just like the transition from like bad to good, overseeing
What do you
like,
mean by that?
all his ideologies before were wrong, and like this was the actual way, all thanks to his uncle Iroh.
Yes.
You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
Iroh.
it's just an evolution from like
The voice
what-
of Baku.
it's just an evolution of what parenting does to a child versus good parenting. Because even though his father raised him, Uncle Iroh was the actual father.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
can like follow your own journey. You don't have to follow what your parents or someone else expects of you.
Yeah.
That's
But
what you're here
regardless,
for.
like he saw Uncle Iroh as his own father versus
Yeah.
his own father. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a dad figure. It's just like a difference of like you know the
that's
nurture
what
that.
I brought to the plate.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it should be.
Favorite character?
From?
What are we?
I think
Avatar.
Sokka because he was hilarious. He
All right, so I'm
we knew that
about
he
like
could leave.
I've never watched Avatar.
Wait,
What the
RJ,
fuck?
stop.
No way, RJ. You're like
Stop.
and that's why you're in
You're
that
the
seat
god.
and not the host seat.
the emoji.
No, it's just like Avatar. You have the protagonist and the antagonist. You're rooting in the sense for both. Okay, protagonist Hank. He's this really lovable guy that's like, why can't we all get along? You know, like look at like the beauty in life versus like trying to like have power or like
Yeah.
this is ego, whatever. And then you have Zuko, who's a antagonist. Like he's stuck in like trying to prove something to his dad, but it's like
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Because like you came to understand like
not really
this isn't
related
who
to
I
it.
am.
Yeah.
That's not who I want to be. You know. And then with Aang, it's like he ran away from
His
a lot of
Responsibilities.
responsibility. Like there's so much riding on his shoulder. He was scared. He got scared and he ran away, which is normal for a lot of people in this life. You know, it's expected sometimes. But like, what's not expected is for him to come back and like fulfill it, because it's what you do with it that like defines like who you become in the future. You know, like,
With his friends, with his homies.
yeah.
You know, all of them have like their own little journey. It's like
I feel like another important
It's very
lesson.
beautiful.
Another
That's
important
what I
lesson is just to realize that Aang didn't want to fulfill his duties until he saw the consequences of his actions. Because remember when he came back out of the iceberg, he was like, "Oh, I want to do penguin riding. I want to do this, that." And then it wasn't until he went to the Air Nomad Temple
When he
where he saw
realized,
everybody
yeah.
dead, where he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, like I have."
Okay,
to.
I saw that part. I
Yeah.
saw that
Beginning,
part.
that's the
I watched
beginning.
the first two
That
of
was
the
like the
three
first
episodes.
season.
Yeah.
That was like the third episode, I think. And
speaking like
I remember seeing that part.
Exactly. Cause and
Where
effect.
it's like, fuck, everyone's dead.
Yes, literally, and that's the first time that he goes into the Avatar state is when he sees mom Gyatso dead,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, like I
And
really."
he went back to the
Yeah,
Air
he
Nomad
went back to
expecting
Spain.
everyone to like
Yeah.
come back. Like,
Yeah,
be
he
there
he
and
thought
like welcome
everything
them
was gonna be
home, but,
normal
like,
and
no.
fine, even though everybody was telling him like, "Dude, like they're not here anymore. You know, like they don't exist."
That was a
anymore."
whole different lifetime because
Yeah.
it was like 100 years later.
And then that's like not only is it a lesson like, oh, like he came back and he did what he was supposed to do, but it's like if you don't do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, there's gonna be consequences to like your actions, you know. And that's like one of the big things that Avatar shows you.
Very well said.
It taps a lot also into the spirit world where it's just like it just makes you think.
I mean, it may be
How
their
about
own
that?
version, but like
Yeah.
it exists in all dimensions.
Yeah.
In any reality, in every reality, in every universe.
What do you
Also-
guys think? Oh, sorry.
There's this saying I've heard about life is written on walls.
Oh.
Where it's like,
What does that mean?
okay,
Because I don't know.
everything that we know so far, like it's happened. So whatever happens right now, it's kind of like we've seen a version of this. Let's just go back to like, what do you want to do for yourself? What do you want?
Right, like you have an understanding of what's happened before. Like, what do you want to do with
You're
your
gonna
life
repeat
now?
You know, your
Are you
past
gonna repeat it?
generations
Or are
mistakes
you gonna
or-
do better? Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Shoot, I don't know. Did y'all
Anybody
think?
parts,
Did
anybody
y'all think Katara
Aang?
and Zuko?
I know, I didn't like
In another universe.
Yeah, that one
Oh,
episode
that's the
where
episode.
Katara and Zuko were stuck in the cave. Not only that, they had the episode where Katara's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill the guy who killed my dad, or like my
like
mom."
anybody,
Yeah, who killed my village, who like messed up my village. And Zuko followed her the whole time. He wasn't really like like a Superman character. He would just like beat up, help her like with people. But I remember seeing that episode and I was like, dude, yes, and I was like, dude, like is he about to finesse her for Aang? But then like deep in my mind, like now that I'm older, I was like, what, Zuko and Katara were probably like better.
Yeah,
because they went through a lot more.
yeah, they had so much in common.
Yeah, exactly. Than Aang.
It was that trauma bonding.
Yes, but
Oh, yeah.
no, but as a kid, I was like,
Anyone else that got in the way?
no, yeah. So I was like, get out of here. I feel like Aang and
But no, yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like Aang and Topper.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was very funny.
Because they were the same age, and they were both like really, really good at their own arts.
They're both masters. They're both masters.
Top had a crush on soccer.
Yeah.
No, fact.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I seen this one clip where like I don't know who Top is hugging. She's like, "Oh, Top," or Sokka. Sokka.
No, and then it was Katara.
I think it was Katara.
I think it was Katara because they were in the water.
It was on my island though when they got away.
And he was
Oh,
there like a small
funny.
vacation. Yeah, she was just like, "Oh, thank you for saving me,
Yeah.
my hero."
And then like when she finds out it's not Sokka, she's like, "You can drown me now."
Yeah.
I think it was Katara.
So
Sparky. What?
there's
Sparky,
so the only reason
I.
I never watched like Avatar as a kid was because it would come on whenever I'm not at home.
Yeah.
And like it just like it's like very episodic, but it also just like an ongoing story going on. So I felt like I was just lost whenever I would try to like tune in. I remember one time I literally saw a first episode fucking after like I don't know how much amount of time I went to a party. I was like, why the fuck does he have hair now? And I was just so confused after he got
That was hella deep in there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on? And that's the only reason I never sat down and watched it. I would now, if I have the time. I would love to watch Avatar. Sit down.
Well, Ira was bitten.
You just answered my
Dude,
question.
you
I thought
guys-
I asked like what's stopping me. But time.
No, you gotta rewatch it, dude. I'll watch every single episode
Same.
with you.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
Manny would be disappointed that you haven't seen it.
Bro, like
He
Manny
likes
has tried to make me
He
watch
loved
it.
it. Like him and I would have trivia and I would be testing him on everything. He fucking got everything. He'd be like in the deep wars.
Dude, do you guys remember that Uncle Iroh episode?
When he's
Where, like,
broke? Huh? When he's broke?
No.
Right.
No, but I was gonna say like I'm gonna be more depressing. But remember when like his son died? And then he like sang
And
the
that's
song and stuff.
He basically thought Zuko was kind of like
Like he
The
was
second
like
chance to, like-
To redeem
Yes.
himself.
Yeah.
Because his son died in the war fighting.
Some stupid cause.
Yeah,
It was during the
because
fire
Iroh was a general and he sent his son to that war and then or like to that specific battle and his
and that's
son
what
died.
changed him. It's like,
Yeah,
man,
and then
this
he
is
was
not
like,
worth fighting for.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Not the life of my
Mhm.
family.
Yeah.
Good show.
That's what I'm saying. The message.
That's why Avatar is like one of my all-time favorites. It just goes to show that like anything can happen and like morals can change for the greater good. Like no matter how stuck you are in like the darkest, deepest parts of your life, there's always that light that can bring you back. Zuko, for example,
Yeah,
definitely. And that's what Zuko was, like so stuck in like.
Remember when he was when he had a crush on that Earth Kingdom girl, and then like like they went to like the
Oh,
water
that whole
fountain,
day?
yeah, and then the girl was like, oh, the lights aren't on.
When they first arrived in Boston, say they were like refugees and they're trying to hide the fire. Yeah.
When I
And
was
then
a kid, I
Zuko,
had a crush on Tiny.
Tylee so bad, but Zuko was like, oh yeah, close your eyes, and then he did
I
the
like
fire bending to turn on all the
She
lights
was
and
in my
stuff.
rock
Yeah.
body.
I loved her bikini. I love the beach episode because I saw her in a bikini.
seriously, man, iconic. So many iconic like scenes. Like when him and Aang were doing the fire dance with the dragons.
Oh,
that's such a
yeah.
good one. too. Beautiful.
Right, right?
Beautiful. The choreography.
Dude, I love that episode. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude, holy shit. Remember when the Avatar did the blue thing? And you blew
Yes.
and you fought against you fought
I
against
do
like
remember that.
the sea people. That was crazy. And it was
actually-
that
actually was actual
Close
scene.
enough.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Speaking of ass, that's where RJ's coming from.
Okay, wait, like tying back into the to like the horror stuff. You remember like Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Yeah.
I remember when the 1,000 Face face stealer. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Avatar.
It's like if you show any type of emotion, like you're done. You're like
You
your
don't
face is
remember?
his.
Like he went into the spirit world and he had to go.
No,
talk
it
to
wasn't even
the-
a spirit world.
No,
It
it
was in a
was a
cave. It was in a cave.
No, in the spirit world.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's spirit world.
in the
Yeah.
spirit world.
right now.
And if he showed any
It's long
emotion, the guy was gonna steal his face.
Yeah.
And then the space stealer was like, "Oh yeah, like I already stole your face once because he stole a previous avatar's face." Yeah.
Wow.
And then he like showed him his face, and then it was like I forgot what his name was, but yeah, that shit scared me as a kid too. For
Yeah, and he almost got away. Like, oh no, he did get away with it because like he did
something
stuff.
like I
But
think
like,
it was
he
like
wasn't
a smile,
looking, and
Yeah,
he turned around and was like, "What?"
I think it was straight face. Yeah,
he got away with it.
yeah.
That was cool,
great.
dude. That gave me anxiety. That scene.
That episode was
episode-
fucking
That's
terrifying as
basically
fuck.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is, rip Uncle Ira, like the voice actor.
Oh
terrifying
yeah.
shit.
Oh, so how do you know the backstory? The behind the
Oh,
scenes
from the spirit world. Yeah, thank
I
you.
mean, he was also the voice of Aku from Samurai Jack.
Was he?
Wow.
Same voice actor.
Wow.
And like that's why in the final season, like for Samurai Jack, it's not like the voice actor. It's like it's a different guy.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
But also Sokka and Momo's relationship, they were funny all the time. The way
Yeah,
Sokka
and
like
Momo?
he was annoyed by Momo in the
In the
beginning, but at the
beginning,
end he's like,
yeah.
"Where's Momo?" Like,
That's rough, buddy.
that was like,
You remember when he said the cactuses? He was like high as fuck. Actually, he was like, high as fucking. Yeah. And then he saw like Momo, I think, and like Appa.
Yeah.
And then I remember.
This is true.
Next one.
And we're going on to Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Anything you want to elaborate
Teen
on
Titans was a very fun watch. I mean, everything that we've already touched on about it was like just resonates with me as well. But my favorite arc was like Raven's arc when she had to deal with her dad and go into that actual demonic world
Oh,
and like
yeah.
face her dad. Because like if you think about it, she's the most powerful one out of all the Teen Titans, but like she refuses to take that like power because she doesn't. She feels like if she were to, then she'd be corrupt just like her dad.
I mean, it did kind of happen during the first like season when.
Yeah, it was like a constant battle with herself.
Yeah.
Do you,
contain.
do you guys remember that one episode where like it was kind of like blacked out in Titan's Tower, and then slowly one by one, like from Robin to Starfire to Beast Boy, they all got
Disappeared.
consumed by this one darkness,
Yeah,
and it turned out it was her the entire time.
yeah, that was the start of that arc.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Also, like the part where Raven had different. It was all her emotions.
And that's like where it all stemmed from. And like she like had her like costume change, like she's all white.
Yeah, the white one.
Yeah. That was a nice look on her.
If you think about it, then
Fine.
it was. I liked it too.
If you think about it, Adventure Time with Marceline and her dad, it's the same.
Similar. Very,
Story.
very similar.
Abaddon.
Inspiration. That was
Ah.
her dad's name, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that actually makes sense. Like that picture right there, kind of like perfectly depicts her. She's like going on. She's got so much going on.
Yeah, she does.
Doesn't know how to like take it all in.
So like the hot
Thing.
Symbolism.
the hot dogs represent all the like the dicks that
Oh,
like,
you
I know.
technically we have John, but he's not here right now. Like what do you think? So he
Ooh,
could
you
this
told
one.
him I-
Holyoke's so trash. I'm sorry.
So we got
John was here. I feel like John and I are just destined to always hate something that we
Yeah,
like.
like-
You know, you like Popeyes? Fuck you, John. Fuck Popeyes.
you're looking at the wrong camera, but all right. So we have Foster's for John. For John, the boy John, he's not here, but he did make a list. We have Foster's Home for
I
Imaginary
said
Friends.
That's all.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's a gas, bro.
We have the early Pokemon. He was very specific in saying early Pokemon.
That's iconic
Yeah.
too.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Danny Phantom.
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Code Lyoko.
Fuck no.
Total Drama Island.
That's a good one.
I fucked with that one. I know you definitely fucked with that one.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
Dragon Tales. I love that picture right there.
Good one too.
Yeah, you do.
That's so bad.
And finally, Teen Titans. Good one.
John-
All goat shows. That fucking Dragon Tail. I don't know how I ended up finding that Dragon Tail picture, but I'm glad I did. And then finally, for the final one, we got me.
Nice.
I'll bet you it again.
Dude, how can I not? Okay, so
Oh yes.
I'm just gonna go down the list. I have Codename Kid Next Door. You guys were talking about like devices, dude. I feel like when it comes to Codename Kid Next Door, they had like the wildest fucking like devices, like they had for each like situation, and I just find it crazy that had their own like acronyms for it. Like it would have like a code name, but also have like something it would stand for. When it comes to like Codename Kid Next Door, the movie was fucking sick. Do you guys remember the movie?
A little bit,
Yeah, with his dad being like
like zero, right?
He was number zero, dude. And then they had to fight grandfather and father, and it turned out they're all related. But as much as I love that movie, that like honestly, Codename Kid Store had like some very like crazy ass arts. Like I remember there was that one where like number four had to fight like a different dimension, like an alternate dimension of himself and stuff. But there was also this one where like number 13 turned out he was a teen, but he was kind of like prolonging it so he could stay in the Kid Next Door. And like further on, that would like lead him into becoming like one of the being part of the teenage organization and being like against like the Codename Kid Next Door organization. But turns out this man was fucking playing double agent for a secret organization, and he was actually on the kid side the entire time. The whole idea of just like growing up, you just become like a completely different person once you hit the teens. It's just like so fucking wild. And like I just remember there's like a bunch of crossovers, a bunch of like horror episodes, like the one I think they got infected with nacho cheese or something. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, dude, the zombie one was fucking scary. We're like
Number 3, number 4, and the
no, they would turn yeah, and they started.
They weren't zombies.
They were making out. That was so gross. Fuck, but like what really made me emotional. There's like so many like episodes that like I could just pop off the top of my head, like the one where number 4 turned Super Saiyan. But when it comes to Codename Kid Next Door, I just loved the finale. You know, like the finale was where like the adults, like the original cast, number 2 through 5.
They're the live action stuff, right?
Yeah, they would get interviewed as adults because it turns out number 1 went on a whole ass mission by himself to enter the Galactic Kingdom, Kids Next Door. They had this whole entire like goodbye. And honestly, that was like one of the first times like a cartoon made me emotional because like I was like watching that shit for like the longest time, you know, like it was a kind of show that just made you want to appreciate your childhood, you know. It made you want to like feed into that whole creativity, like that whole like mindset of like I'm gonna make this gadget, I'm gonna like create this thing, and I'm gonna call it a stupid ass name, but really in my mind that shit's sick as fuck, like Night Wolf, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so
but yeah, it was just like such a fun show to me, and like I just love how creative it went with like its storylines and just like number 4 was my favorite. What was your guys' favorite? Like number 2?
For me, it was number 2.
Yo,
he like 2 was my favorite.
He looked kind of cool when he was a teenager.
Which was number 2? Was that Hoagie?
Hoagie, yeah. Yeah. This show made me like crave chili dogs. I don't know, like it was wild.
Number 5.
I'm gonna try to haggle them again. When someone get the fuck out.
Number 5, like the first time
with her sister.
Her sister was there.
Damn, but she was like 13.
No, she was like 15. I was like fucking 10.
I'll let it slide. If he said, she's so bad.
I know. I was to say, but the fucking like totally spies are all like in their teens too. And we're all talking about but yeah, Codename Kid Next Door. Like it was so creative and like instant imagination. Like I don't know how the fuck they managed to like. Okay, damn.
It's wild ass episodes, honestly.
Wow, that's
Agent X.
Number 3.
What's number 3? I don't remember.
No.
No,
I was
sorry.
like number 3.
Agent Zero, wasn't that his dad?
yeah.
that was his dad.
What
That's
the
his dad.
fuck?
Yeah,
Number
Agent
0.
Zero
Number
was-
0. We were just talking about that right now.
Okay. Yeah, Agent Zero was the dad.
That was
This
such
was
a
like-
sick ass plot twist. Honestly, I love that shit.
You know what? I'd actually. But that's Agent One, right?
That's number
Yeah,
1.
that's
Yeah.
number 1.
Has anyone ever contemplated or ever seen a cosplay of him?
No, I
I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
it'd be good though. I feel like a lot of people would recognize it.
I feel like the
Yes,
shorts
you're
would
right.
kill. The shorts would kill me.
The fucking boots just send me, bro. The
Yeah.
boots would send me.
You gotta get like some brown,
Oversized, yeah.
size
oversized.
15 Doc Martens or something, bro, to like rock that.
If they came brown, dude.
You got to wear a ball cap too.
Or just shave your head. Be committed.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm
That's
good.
the way-
I've been bald once. I'll do it again. But I don't have an oval shaped head. So.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You gotta get the Stewie Griffin look.
Yeah, I got a Stewie
You
Griffin.
gotta squish your head and like elongate it.
But moving on. So we have Ben 10. We've already had our set of piece on it. We talked about the aliens. We talked about the storyline. I just like this was like the first like show to me where I actually appreciate the lore and world building because like you don't get like all of the like the puzzle pieces on like how this world works.
Yeah, Ben and Eddie, right?
Anyways, Ben 10.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So for me, I like honestly like the first 10 aliens were always good for me.
Facts.
Like whether it be like when he was a kid or when he first turned into a teenager. Like you said, swamp fire. Fire is fun. So like swamp fire, humongous sword, like all of them, they have their place in my heart. So, accelerate, yes. Ghost, the whole like all the storylines that were like in Ben 10 was just was so fun to me. Like I remember when he turned into a werewolf, or like when he had to fight Ghost Freak, his own fucking alien. Like there was like so many like episodes where I was just like, damn, I've never seen something like this before. The circus episode when he had to fucking fight his fear of clowns and like he ended up scaring the clowns by becoming Ghost Freak, which would end up turning into like this whole thing of like relying on Ghost Freak, and then Ghost Freak would inherently just turn over to like becoming his own thing. But like honestly, the entire world of like Ben 10 was always such a trip to me.
Did you guys
Holy-
play the Cartoon Network games?
I did!
Online?
Oh, dude, that's such a good callback. Yeah, I did play those.
I played the Ben 10 one.
I played those and the Disney ones. I remember the Ben 10 one was just like a fighting game, right? It was
Yeah, I
like
remember
two fighting
the you say Disney ones. I recall the Sudak on deck where it's like both the brothers having to climb the ladders, kind of like Donkey Kong.
Oh
It's like,
yeah, the one that I remember for that one is the one with Lilo and Stitch, but it was the fat orange one. I forgot what his name was. It was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
fat-
Number
his cousin.
2,
Oh, wait, Ruben. It was Ruben.
Ruben,
yeah,
yeah,
Ruben.
Ruben, the sandwich.
Yeah, Ruben
Ruben
was
was
next.
next.
Yeah,
You know, me and Vienne
I love
actually
that one too.
before Adobe just like, well, no, not Adobe, it was Flash.
Flash.
It was Flash.
Yeah, so Flash like just finished. There, we were, where were we going? We were at, we went out to a hotel, and then she brought her laptop. We played like the last Flash games. We played.
Whoa.
That exists.
What were the games that we played, baby?
I'm sure you pull up. It sounds like such a fun day.
I remember I played the last like day of Penguin.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like it took us like I think it took me like 10 minutes to get into the server. Like one of the servers. Yeah, but I just remember like me
One of the
and
last surviving servers.
no, I mean they still had them all open, but it was like the last day. But there was like a bunch of them. But I remember like me and my ex girlfriend at the time, we were just like waiting. We were like on a call and we were like, all right, go, you know. And then we went to the I don't know if you guys remember if you guys played, but they had like the iceberg, and if you did the jackhammer email, like if enough people did it, it would flip over the iceberg and it would turn into a dance stage. And then everybody would do the penguin dance, you know, like jumping down. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. We got that on video. Crop it.
I
Oh,
never
yeah.
even played Club Penguin.
Jeremy-
Because I've seen it.
Did you ever get a bathroom like the
I
service?
did. Yeah.
I've seen people get
But I'm not proud of it.
I never.
Instantly, I would just like log in, make an account, curse word, out of here. That's it. 24 hours.
I
get out.
didn't play Club Penguin.
Really, dude, it was so
Log in.
Dude,
It was so.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all for Toontown? I used to play.
I never played.
I never played.
I played that so much, but I made like 10 different accounts because it would be like a 5-day free pass. So I made different like.
Yeah,
emails.
so hey,
I did
Wizard,
emails.
Wizard 101?
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't play that one.
Wizard
either.
101, dude, that shit was fire. It was like
My
car
bad,
based, so it was
My
like,
bad.
oh,
Did you guys
That shit was funny.
Sorry,
Go
did you
ahead.
guys ever play Gaia Online?
yeah.
No, that was your shit. Finally, Gaia Online.
And no one
And
ever
little,
had that
little
one.
chibi little online. Yeah, dude, that was my shit for the longest time.
She still has her account and everything.
I might be able to sign
Are the
into mine,
servers
but
still
I
don't
just
know.
signed into mine.
That's crazy.
Server still up?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It is.
It's
I,
like
gotta-
online
I gotta get
only.
back on that. Yeah, I remember like the last time that I played, they had just put like you could go to like the grocery store and everybody had their cars parked outside.
Oh wait, that was the rally.
The rally racing one, yeah, and they had the sign on like the old ass fucking like.
They don't make
what
that
is
shit no
this
more.
thing?
in real life.
Yeah, it's gone. But yeah, I
Did
remember
you
that.
ever go on ZOMG? Where
I
you get the
did.
rings and shit?
Yes.
What
I remember. Do you remember the there was that one level with the saws, and then everybody was like trying to fight the boss, and it would give you hella XP, hella XP.
I feel like I know what the
Wow.
fuck I need to
I
see.
gotta find it. I have to find it.
That's hella funny. No one
Yeah.
ever knows Gaia Online.
Dude, that's my shit. Yeah. You guys
Okay,
play that
I'm
one?
Battle
Hey,
yeah,
don't tell us,
I
like,
love
I
Battle
didn't play
Line.
that one either.
It's called Adventure Quest.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Wait, Ryan, MechQuest?
Quest. I also played that too.
I did not.
I did not. I tried. I tried.
Alright, go ahead, Ryan.
But like, yeah, Ben 10 was like the first time I really appreciate the cartoons, like world building, like the whole idea of the Omnitrix. I love the movie, the one where it's just like,
Did you like movie?
no,
Oh, you remember that?
fuck no. I watched both. I watched all of it. I was like a Ben 10 fiend, but Alien Force was when I fucking was just like in that shit.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, he's a teenager, he'd be more badass. And then like there were times when he would just go off. I remember that was more like Ultimate Alien where he kind of went more off. Like he almost killed Kevin at one point because like he turned into a monster again where it became like more Frankenstein of like bunch of like aliens that he absorbed from the Omnitrix. There was also a time where he threatened the Forever Knights and he was just like, if you touch these guys, I will personally come down and hunt you down myself. And I was just like, damn, I'm kind of hard right now. But moving on from Ben 10, next on the list is Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Not really much I can say. It was just like the art, like even the sound design of Ed and Eddie is just so iconic. Like whenever they're about to like smack the shit out of someone, like. But like, honestly, like the idea of a cul-de-sac, that was the first time I knew what a fucking cul-de-sac was. Like, who the fuck?
It's a court. It's a court. So like when you go down the street and it's like young, like blah 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 court. It's just like it's a dead end road and it's just like houses. Yeah, just houses.
It was honestly
It's a cul-de-sac. That's a cul-de-sac.
it was such a fun show, and I remember I saw TikTok the other day where it's just like, y'all really made a fucking entire amusement park just for 25 cents?
It's not like
The Jawbreakers.
It was three different
Oh, dude.
type of kids.
I always wanted to make fucking I always wanted to try a Jawbreaker. And when I tried it the first time, that shit was so disappointing.
Wait, so like,
Me too.
share your experience. Share your experience.
Like, I remember I'm just like,
Where did you get it? How much was it for? How long did it take you to finish it?
what did you? Who's your dad and what did you do for the day? You know, like, I just remember like fucking yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I got a Jawbreaker
Okay,
from the store.
Yes.
I'm just like, damn, it's not as comically big that I see in fucking Ed and an Eddie. It's
How
not
big
gonna-
was it?
It was just fucking the size of like literally a meatball or some shit.
Wait. Give us a visual example with your hand.
So it was like, imagine if I
I
did.
can't see. Oh, that's a marble right there, bro.
It's literally a fucking marble, and I remember I put it in my mouth. I was like, this shit hard to chew. No wonder it's called a jawbreaker. But I'm also like, why the fuck
Is it so small?
What they wanted. That's
You're
what I
looking-
remember.
Why
You're
the?
looking
This is
wrong.
not even that good.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
I remember just licking the shit out of it, like fucking Alejandro's asshole, and like, but at least if I do it for Alejandro's ass, I get something out of it. No, I just got disappointment. I just got a small ass, rough ass ball that was just like in my fucking cheek.
So, let me just go off of that topic because like, my experience, not my asshole, but like, my experience with a jawbreaker was like a jawbreaker. This is back when Antipastos, who's down the street from where I live, used to actually sell them for 25 cents. They're big ass balls of just pure sugar because that's all it was. Just hardened sugar, layers and layers and layers of it until it was like this humongous sized ball for 25 cents. I mean, dollar max. And it was like in the elementary, I think it was in 4th or 5th grade. I had gotten one. And like I was working it for days, dude. Like it took me days to get past the layers. Cause like it's all sugar and you just gotta like work your way down and you melt through it. And I never got to finish it because it was during the after school program at school where like I had took it with me and I was just licking it, and eating it, working it, you know. And one of the fucking staff members was such a fucking asshole, dude. For no fucking reason. I don't understand why he was so upset. But he was like, hey, put that shit away. Stop doing what you're doing with it. I'm like, it's candy. It's just candy. Like, I'm just eating it. And he's like, I don't care for the way I'm talking. Like, what does that have to do with you talking? Just do what you're doing. Like, this is mine. This is mine. It's not yours. Like, dude, and I was like, and I didn't give a fuck. Like, I still kept going at it. I didn't care what he was saying. Going against what he was saying. And he fucking like, that's it. He comes up to me and grabs that shit from my hand. Like a child. Literally taking candy from a kid, right? That's what he did. He took that shit from me after all the hard work I spent on trying to get to the fucking center. Takes it and just slams it onto the fucking ground, dude. Like he shattered that thing into pieces. I was really sad. Like,
That's too much.
why would you do that?
Why would you do that to a kid?
Okay, I get you don't want me doing what I was doing to it, but like, what does that have to do with what you did?
Yeah.
I wasn't distracting anybody. You know, like, go on with what the fuck you had to fucking say.
Yeah.
Just let me be a kid.
And how
But
did
this-
that make you feel?
Dude, I wanted to beat the shit out of this grown ass man so bad, but like, considering the circumstances, that was not gonna happen.
Also the fact, that you were like a
What happened
5-year-old
was
kid.
I just sat there in silence, didn't talk to him, and just like hated the man.
Hey,
He's like, don't talk to me because I ain't gonna fucking acknowledge you. You know? Like, I still don't understand why he went about it the way he did. You know, it still bothers me. I was like, no. I hope you're doing better with your life
Yeah.
than you were back then, because obviously you had issues.
but yeah,
I
at the
just being a kid.
end of the day, it was funny as hell. I know there were just like so much like going back to it. There's just so much like physical humor and like a lot of just like scenarios where you're just like, what the fuck? And like it's like a fever dream. Like looking at the show, there's a lot of physical comedy.
Yes.
Like that one time where they were interrogating Jimmy, I think. Like does this?
He's in the basement and not tied up and like with the light down on him.
He's just like, does this shit fit your foot? You know? Like, and you're like, oh shit, it doesn't. Well, I'm sorry about that. And then fucking Ed just drops the entire fucking cement block on his foot. And he just like cuts him in the fucking like, in crutches or some shit. But I just also remember where like, one of the key things I remember was when Ed was grounded. His parents took his whole fucking staircase, and you just see like the dust like mark of where the stairs used to be.
And
I'm
it's
just
just
like,
a door, but you can't get up to it, and they're all stuck down there.
yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? They took the entire ass stairs.
How was he sleeping in the basement.
Because they didn't give a fuck about him. Because Sarah was his older sister.
Younger.
No, younger.
No, younger sister. But like, obviously they cared about her more than him.
I mean,
And
like,
did you
They
see
didn't
her
have
room?
older
Did
brothers
you see
too,
her
right?
room?
Yeah.
Okay, but out of the three sisters that were in love with the
the Kanker sisters,
yeah, which one was the hottest?
the blue haired one.
Yeah, blue hair. Facts.
Blue haired one.
It's always the emo.
Yeah. The emo ones, they take my heart.
Like that little like swoop over the like the eye. You're just like, oh yeah. I hope you don't.
Eye popping out.
I hope you don't see all of me right now. I'm not looking that good.
So mysterious.
So mysterious. So
the mysterious was the vibe.
back then, I'm still looking for it, man.
Dude, it's just so funny because like when I watched that, when my dad was also on the hype. He's like, damn, this show is actually pretty funny. Johnny was his favorite character.
Oh, the one with Plank.
Yeah, Johnny
Ralph,
Plank was like,
Ralph was fucking funny as fuck.
Oh, what was that one episode when they were fighting
With the fish?
Yeah.
he took his honors or something.
Yeah,
he
he
did
that was
honors
him.
or something,
And
like-
it was so dramatic too. It was Ed. It was Eddie. It was Eddie.
Yeah. No, oh, it was
Yeah, it was Eddie because Ed would have had a chance. Ed would have had a chance. Fucking Eddie, who just like gets fucking smacked with his big ass fish. You're like, bam, bam. This man's never eating seafood again. And anyway, speaking of like aquatic creatures, I'm gonna move on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's what that was.
Get it, Bennett?
wait, you want penis?
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm at. All I could really say was just like, speaking on the 2003 one, like so, like the idea of brotherhood was such a prevalent thing in that show, and I really fucked with it. And like I loved Leonardo because like he had swords. I was very like,
That was the weaponry of choice.
no, yeah, swords are fucking sick. I don't know, but as this, the villains are iconic, especially Shredder. He's such a fucking good.
Well, I mean, I just want to touch back on like the new movie that they're coming out, that came out or is coming out. I don't know if it's out yet. But like the villain in that movie, the fucking Fly.
Baxter?
It's a new Fly. Did you know that, right?
Yeah.
It's a new Fly.
Is it Baxter Stockman?
I don't know.
Because like there was a time where he got mutated into a fly.
But I mean, I don't know if it is, but like it's a Fly based off the look. But it seems very comical, like this whole movie. So like that's what I'm really looking forward to, just like for the shits and gigs, literally.
But yeah, I'm just gonna blow through.
And the Spider-Man animation, of course.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blow past these. Honestly, like when it comes to TMNT, starting with 2003, I really love all the serious storytelling. I love all the fighting. Like it was like my introduction to fucking like jitsu and all that. Like good shit.
It's very serious at the time.
Yeah,
because it's
2003 definitely.
DC, right?
Oh, it's Marvel. No, it's just it's
No,
something.
no, but like I'm talking about like TMT. Where does that like fall into?
It's its own thing.
Was it something?
Yeah.
There was crossovers.
Yeah, there was crossovers, but it was just like it was like a one-time thing. But there,
Really? It's something.
it's its own thing.
It's like belonging to like one of those universes.
Fucking TMNT's been going on since fucking like 80s.
No, I know that. But
No,
like,
I meant the comic.
yeah,
itself.
but like it was always
It was its own thing, always.
Oh, crazy.
There were like comics that had its own company. Man.
No, I know, but like, okay, what was the company that like wrote it? Published.
Well, right now it's IDW.
But originally.
Definitely not DC or Marvel. Definitely not those, because the crossover didn't come until like fucking hell later. Nah, it was its own thing.
Okay, all right. Makes sense. It actually makes sense.
It was a lot more darker, because like you actually see fucking Shredder's head getting cut off.
No, I mean, yeah,
And they didn't even have the colors. It was all red. It was all just like one color and stuff. And they even like referenced that in the original, in like Turtles Forever, where they're going through like, oh, the 80s, like the 2003 meets the 80s cartoon, but also meets the original comic counterparts where they're like a lot more serious and like gritty and stuff. But like when it comes to a cartoon, 2003 was definitely like a stepping point in me loving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And like I would like come to love like the other cartoons that would come after it, like the 2012 one, which is more like 3D. But the one I showed you,
That was
Rise
really
of the
good.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Rise?
that is fucking good. Like the animation, that is
The story was fucking.
and like it's a very different take because Leonardo's not the leader, or he just became the leader.
Yeah, no, like I think in every at some point in time with like the TMNT universe, like everyone had like a chance to rise and shine. Like they were at a leader at some point. I don't know the turtles.
It was really good. It was really good.
It was dude, it fucking I cried.
The
Like,
guy-
it was so much. It was like very overwhelming.
The guy who plays as Leonardo in that movie is the same guy who plays as Sonic in the recent movies. It's kind of funny. But also, let's move on to Gravity Falls. Not sure how much I can really say about that besides what Vienne has said. Mystery was good. Characters were good. Love how everything kind of like wrapped into itself together. It was like the first time I really got obsessed with the show, coming into like my teenage years. It's gone to the point where I ended up like reading fan fiction. I ended up like going on Tumblr because it was like, and in essence, it's a mystery show.
It's
And,
one
like,
of those
there's
shows where you want more. You want more.
yeah, and like when it comes to like mystery shows, like there was like a lot of buzz on like, oh, what the fuck does this mean? Oh shit, he has a twin? That's crazy. But also like it was just a really good show in general, and I'm glad it got to have the ending that the creator wanted. And yeah, it's and like people say it went too soon, but honestly, the fact that like this show got ending in itself is also just like such a milestone when it comes to like cartoons these days, especially when it's like kind of episodic but has like a long running arc. Next is Family Guy, the first adult cartoon I ever had, or I ever went through. It's not my favorite show in the world, but it was a big part of my childhood, especially like when it was like late at night during like Adult Swim days and stuff. And it's just like it's not as good as it used to be, but like it'll always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Backyardigans.
Oh my god, that's what that was.
Yeah.
I couldn't see
I
because
knew
the
lost
tri-
it,
no,
right?
the lights in the way. I couldn't see past the tripod.
Nah, yeah,
Couldn't see
it was backyard in it. Yeah, it was like one of the few.
Well,
Like,
not at. Well, what was it? What was the other one? Animal Control or like
oh, it was Wonder Pets.
Wonder Pets. The phone.
No, I as much as I love the Wonder Pets song, I really like the Backyardigans. Like the song too is like the Backyardigans.
I mean, out of the theme songs, the Backyardigans, but like show wise,
I don't know, man. I just really like the adventures they all went
Wonder
through.
Pets are just like more fun to watch because like.
Then again, I don't think I really watched Wonder Pets so much.
Oh, what haven't you fucking watched? You didn't watch Avatar. You didn't watch Wonder Pets.
Nah, I get you though. I definitely need to get on to that fucking Avatar hype.
Yeah, dude. Like, we'll fucking watch it together.
No,
It's on Netflix.
yeah, I know. That's why I watched the first two episodes.
We're gonna start over.
But Backyardigans is cool. I really loved all the adventures they went on. I like how everything was kind of different. For a kid show, I didn't learn shit. I was thinking that's what teach me
something to learn from it. It's just like there's always those shows that you just fall in love with. But like
I just fucked with
fun.
Pablo. That penguin was the homie, bro. Like I don't even know what the fuck he did, but like he was just like,
He was
that is
smiling
my
and
boy
waving.
right there.
Smiling and waving.
He is smiling and waving and fucking loving every second of it.
And sometimes that's all there is to it.
Teen Titans, I'll fuck Starfire, but Blackfire though. Ooh.
Blackfire.
Oh yeah, all baddies.
No, I didn't like the way that she came onto Robin because I was like, that's Starfire's man.
Dude, like as much as like there's not like really much of an ending when it comes to Teen Titans, I really like the movie that came after Tobo in Tokyo, and the fact that like it kind of like ended the whole Robin and Starfire arc. I was like, they finally. That was the first show where I was just like, my ship has fucking sailed, and I was so excited. Honestly, the movie itself was such a fucking sick. Like I like the idea of the pink villains were like, these guys like aren't actual people. These guys are made of ink. Oh, this ink is coming from this one person. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And honestly, Teen Titans, really good show. Was my first introduction into like superhero like like cartoons. Honestly, like before, like it was before I watched Batman and like all of that, like good shit. Justice League Unlimited. Shout out, honorable mention. But Teen Titans was like literally one of my favorite shows growing up. Like great storytelling, great characters. Villains were really fun to watch, especially Slade not because he's just like voiced by Ron Perlman, who is a goat at voice acting, but the fact that like he was just like menacing in every like encounter he was in. He was just like his presence was just felt throughout, like even when he was like technically dead, you know. But like I love seeing like all the different characters you would see in Teen Titans. Moving on to Boondocks. Not really much I can say. I
The
just
one guy
Uncle
at the-
Ruckus.
Yeah, well, the one guy at the store, right?
yeah, dude. Also, one of my favorite. I apologize for outbursts. But also, like Uncle Ruckus, like as racist and like as fucking problematic as he is, he's such a funny ass character to watch. Riley too, like, but one of my favorite characters will always be like Stink Meter, who was originally voiced by Dave Chappelle, but went on to be like voiced by someone else. I don't know. It was the first introduction to, so I really appreciate it.
That's so bad.
But honestly, it's the first time I actually heard it in like succession. I was like, wow, you can say that? That's crazy.
No, you can't.
Well, I can.
I know. I'm just kidding.
I can hear it.
I'm just kidding.
But one of my favorite like jokes when it comes to Uncle Ruckus is like when he got DNA test and he got in the mail and it was just like, I'll wait for this. I guess he was like on a reality show and he's like getting recorded for this. I can't wait to prove that I'm white. Opens up the letter. You are 102% African.
He's like, I
2%
cannot believe this.
2% with a margin of error. And I was just like, what does that even mean? And like he's like, no, God, why'd you do this to me? Oh God. But honestly, that entire show was like really woke, really fun to watch. Definitely anime inspired. Opening was such a fucking vibe. Like the
You know, I actually learned how to play that on my flute. I love the flute so much. Yeah,
you
dude.
play flute?
Yeah, I play the flute. Yeah.
How many years
I
in
like-
what grade?
I started in 4th grade, so I mean, I still.
What
play
who's
every
your
now
dad
then.
and what is he?
Well,
do?
shut up. Hold on.
Ask my question first. Oh, go ahead.
No, look. You said you started in 4th grade, but how many years did you play flute?
4th grade, like consistently until I seen.
Wow.
So I
That's
played
great.
it.
I started in 4th grade and played up into 6th.
Okay, there you go. I feel like it's one of those things that once you kind of learn,
Directly.
like once you get it,
Shut up, I'm
I
talking.
feel like if I were to hand you a flute, you kind of remember what to do. So
Yeah, I still remember like
I feel like that's what
the
matters.
notes. Yeah, like the bunch of notes.
You remember
Yeah.
enough to go into
And it all falls under the same chords as piano and guitar.
Does it really?
Yeah, it really
I
does.
didn't know that. My
If you
friend,
look at the music sheet, if you look at the music sheets, it's all the same.
no, yeah, I know that like the piano sheet music is literally like they're in the same octave, so everything kind of
Exactly.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean,
Did you learn that your senior year?
Tell me one more time how you understand so much about instruments.
I think he's done it to you, RJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I took a few instruments.
But yeah, I mean, I love that
series
series so much that
Definitely until senior year.
That's fine. I'm not saying you're not musically inclined.
Hey,
I'm
there
just
we go. We
saying
got a
that-
violinist over here. Violinist.
Wow.
I remember that. Oh shit.
Jeremy?
She knocked out both of us.
Wow.
KO'd.
Do you think the state of animation has improved over years?
Yes, definitely. Just in general, not only like the quality of the overall animation, but like the storytelling. And that's it. I mean, that's all that matters. Just how good it looks and then the story that they're telling. But both of them are done so good. And it's like nowadays, like I remember growing up, like anime was like weird. And even to this day, I kind of like don't really tell people I watch anime. But like my nephew and my niece, they both watch it like it's like just like regular cartoon stuff, you know.
Well, they're privileged.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was
Fucking
like,
hell.
dude, they fucking grew up in an era where that shit was like cool, you know. But like me, like that shit was fucking weird.
What do you guys think? You guys?
Dude, you
Nice.
sounded like you looked like you about to say something. And he's like,
I was thinking, and I was like, yeah, it did get a lot better to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like if you do watch like old shows, you could see that they were telling a story, or there's stuff that you could learn from. I'd say. So there's always a story to it. It's just you really just have to really pay attention to a lot of cartoons.
I agree. What do you guys miss about like the old era of cartoons? Like you guys said, like the state of animation
She's
has
alive.
definitely improved.
She's alive.
But is there any aspects of like the old era of cartoons that you guys miss?
Oh, SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Old SpongeBob was so much better than new SpongeBob. New SpongeBob is very like.
Jesus, what is that? I'm hearing.
Like they're overly exaggerated now. I feel like if you actually we tried to give new SpongeBob a try. It wasn't like the old one where you could like meme anything and see it for the show. I think the new one is so overly exaggerated that like they really try to cater to the kids of today. It's not about us now.
They went
'Cause we grew
backwards.
the fuck up.
Yeah, they went backwards.
So they're like thinking that.
Because at some point they were really damn good and like they kept up with like their original audience, but now it's like
Yeah, they
I feel like you know what my biggest fear is though. My biggest fear is that like the kids from now will grow up and then they start quoting SpongeBob when they were kids, and then it's just
Oh
like
my
a big ass loop, you know, where it's like, yeah, maybe I'm just old. You know? I
Yeah.
just didn't get it.
They
So
start
that's-
saying like terms like
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
woke. And like, fuck, I didn't even know that
Yeah,
term until I was like.
And it's
That's
just
my
because
biggest
the
fear.
war and the war happens just based on SpongeBob. Is that you?
SpongeBob War.
SpongeBob
Funny.
Wars, yeah.
2050. Yeah. But I feel like the new SpongeBob, honestly, I haven't seen a lot of it, but from what I have seen, I feel like a lot of it, they don't really do like the adult jokes anymore. Like, I remember like in the old one, they'd be like, oh, I'm Texas. Or no, it's like, oh, are you stupid? It's like, what's the difference? You know? And then, like, as a kid, I didn't get it, you know, but like now I do, like, yeah,
That
fuck
was
Texas.
like
I just thought that shit was funny, to be honest.
Yeah. Anytime you hear like stupid, you're like, ha ha ha, you know.
Yeah.
It's like you're not supposed to say that.
You burned my shake.
Yeah, there's a lot of, there's for sure a lot of.
You burned my shake.
But yeah, I feel like they don't really do that anymore.
I'm beautiful and I'm proud. What you mean? That's how you like.
Who do you call
all
him?
these SpongeBob references and put them for positivity.
2023 is like you're not allowed to see that anymore.
Wow. Wow. What's another one? All right. I feel like we should end it with our favorite SpongeBob quote.
Very
Ah.
good quote.
Shit.
Okay,
All
here
right.
we go.
For me, I'll go for mine. Mine is just like when Patrick was like, "Wait, move, SpongeBob, open sesame," and then he's like, "All right, I'll try," and then that's it. Yeah, that's fine.
I like the like you're not even in the frame, so like all you see is disembodied. Yeah, just like open sesame.
And then that's mine.
Good
Go.
one.
All right,
Not right now.
Jeremy.
I'm going to go. All right, if you got one.
That's sweet, Patrick.
Man, to be honest,
I'm gonna be
I
last.
don't remember much of it, but yeah, you guys have to get back to
Yeah,
me.
no. Go, RJ.
No, you-
all in my head right now is Mahon Ramon.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Doodle Bob.
Behind the nine.
That's good. Respect. All right. See.
What were you out? What
For
were
me,
you,
it
buddy?
should be like classic. I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
that's a good one
I'm
too.
ready.
I like that.
I'm ready. Just because like, I'll be ready for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready.
Cock, I stay ready.
Yeah.
Have you?
There's too many.
Go.
I think in honor of me turning 24 this year, you know what's better than 24? 25.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Huh?
Oh, I
This
missed.
year?
I missed that for myself. I didn't do that last year.
It's okay.
I'm already spent that. What's up? I missed the deadline. All right, RJ.
This is a lesser known one, but I've been saying it all fucking like these past few weeks. He burned my shake. He burned my shake. But did he burn my shake?
My leg.
That was a good one. Wait, that one only applies to someone who's actually fucked up their leg.
Oh, brother, he's fine.
I died talking to you. We need a general.
For land development?
That's a good one too. I love that one.
What was the robot one where he was trying to get the secret?
Sir, we sell food here.
Oh, dude, I think I know that one. What was it? It was
It was like a.
Ravioli.
Or what's that one episode where like the pies are bombs?
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, what flavor is that? Bomb.
One of my favorite exchanges was like the one where like Squidward's talking to Squilly and Fancy Son. He's like, Squilly and Fancy Son from band camp. Still playing the cash register, I see, Squiddy.
That was perfect.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Yes.
Are we gonna talk more about some other shit?
Yes.
Find out next time in the next episode of Drunk Talks and Empty Thoughts. I'm your host, RJ. This is Kenny. This is Vienne. This is Jeremy. This is Alejandro.
And don't forget, every day is the best day ever. The best day ever.
Also, that's Ash. Remember to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube. Be sure to check us out on Twitch. We are live every Thursday at hopefully 7:30 p.m. Thank you guys for watching Drunk Talks and Empty Thoughts. Follow our TikTok. See you guys next time. And remember, stay hydrated.
And drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. But yeah, stay hydrated. How do you end this shit?